Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Missouri Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. We've got an exciting session today with some great information. Before we get started, we'll cover a few housekeeping items. Note first off that if you have questions, you can do so by using the Q&A button to type your question to the presenter at any time. Also note that your camera and microphone are off. The panelists are not able to see or hear you. Be advised as well that there are additional sessions on the StriveScan website, so if you have interest in another institution, go ahead and sign up at your earliest convenience. Also note that a recording of this session will be made available about 5 days after the call. You can find it at strivescan.com/Missouri. With those items behind us, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our first institution, Oxford Brookes University.
Hi, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen now. So, hi there. My name is Siobhan Frank. I'm the Global Recruitment Manager here at Oxford Brookes University. I am responsible for helping students from the US, Canada, and Mexico come to study in the UK at Oxford Brookes. So today we'll just go through a little bit of information about the university. We are located in the city of Oxford, which is found in the United Kingdom. So over here on our left-hand side, you can see a nice map of the UK and Ireland. And we're located about an hour away from London by train, just a little bit more than an hour away from London by bus. It also means that we're nice and close to Heathrow and Gatwick Airport. So it does make for very, very easy flying in and out from the States. Those are some of our large international airports. Now we do have a bus line that actually takes people from Oxford directly into London. And there is a stop directly outside of our Headington campus, which is nice and easy. So it is a 24-hour bus line service. We also have another bus service called the Airline, which takes you directly to and from London, Heathrow, and Gatwick as well. Now, you might recognize the name of the city. We do share the city with another university. So we do have two universities here in Oxford. We have Oxford Brookes University, and we have the University of Oxford. What this means is that we do have a very high student population here in the city. 1 in every 4 adults are actually students. So this does mean that it's very much a student-friendly city, and it does cater towards our students. Now, Oxford itself is a center for industry and enterprise. We do have a number of different main kind of industries in and around us. So we're right in the heart of Motorsport Valley, and that includes a number of the top F1 driving cars or companies, as well as a number of the manufacturers and technology design companies. We are also located close to publishing houses, and we've also got tech and biomedicine as well here in the city. Now, Oxford Brookes students do also get access. We do have a good relationship with the University of Oxford. As a student at Oxford Brookes, you get access to what's called the Bodleian Library, which is a library system at the University of Oxford, and the Oxford Union, which is a debating society, but they hold all sorts of different events, which include famous talks. So they've had anywhere from Game of Thrones cast, they've had world political leaders, they've had famous rappers, so plenty of things happening there. Now, we are a mid-sized university with around 18,000 students. 17% of our student body is made up of international students from over 140 different countries. We were originally founded as a school of art in 1865, and we are one of the younger universities here in the UK, being formally recognized as a university in 1992. Now, we do hold a number of different accolades, including being among the world's top universities in 13 different subject areas. Some of those that might be of interest to you include business and management, politics and international studies, English language and literature, engineering, real estate, and social studies. Now, we're also ranked second in teaching according to the Times Higher Education Young University rankings, and 95% of our students are employed within 6 months of completing study. Now, this is just a nice picture of some of the things that you can expect. We've got some shots of downtown Oxford. We have some of our students here punting, which is a very famous activity here in Oxford on the River Cherwell. And then we have our School of Law. And over here on the right-hand side, you can see our Draughton Henry Brookes building, which is one of our main buildings here on campus. Now, about Oxford Brookes, our faculties, we've got 4 main faculties. We've got over 200 different undergraduate programs. So we've got the Business School, Health and Life Sciences, Humanities and Social Sciences, and the Faculty of Technology, Design, and the Environment. So there's all sorts of different programs here that you can take part in. in the UK, undergraduate courses outside of Scotland take about 3 years to complete. So it's a little bit different than the US system. It's a little bit shorter. So certainly keep that in mind if you are applying for credit entry. Now, just to give you a sense as well as some of the different facilities, we do have top of the line facilities. So over here on our left-hand side, you can see some of the kit that our motorsport students use. They actually learn directly on F1 cars. Over here on our right-hand side, you can see our sport and exercise nutrition team studying there as well. And in the middle here, you can see our Oxford Brookes rowing, our boathouse. So we are internationally recognized for our rowing program. Brookes itself has won more wins at the Henley Regatta than Harvard, Cambridge, and Oxford. Now, just to give you a bit of a heads up about the entry requirements, fees, and funding. So this year we did DISCO test optional. Now, to apply as a transfer student, you would be applying in a similar way as you would be applying for direct entry or under first year entry. So what you would be doing is you'd be taking those courses that you've done, and you'd be filling out the application just the same way. But just to give you a sense of what those criteria are as the starting point. Now, our fees do range from around 14,000 to 17,000 pounds in tuition, which equates to about 19,000 to 24,000 US dollars. And then some of our courses also offer what's called a work placement year. So that's an additional year that can take your 3-year degree up to a 4-year degree. And that usually ranges between 1,500 and 2,000 pounds, which is around 2,000 to 3,000 US dollars. And again, we accept FAFSA, Veterans Loans Benefits, and Sallie Mae loans. And we do offer a number of different scholarships. This year, for example, we had the 2,000 pound International Early Acceptance Scholarship. Now, again, to apply as an international student, there are 3 main ways to apply. So you can apply to us directly. You can apply to us through what's called UCAS, or you can apply through a local agent. So again, what you would do is you would apply just in the same way. You would upload all of your different criteria and then fill out that application just in the same way. Now, if you've got any questions, do feel free to get in touch. You can check us out at www.brookes.ac.uk, or you can reach out to me directly, Siobhan Frank at sfrank@brookes.ac.uk. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're on to our next institution, Beloit College.
Hi, my name is Cherish Golden. I am an admission counselor at Beloit College. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so we are a private small liberal arts college in Beloit, Wisconsin, and we're right at the bottom of the state. We're centrally located between 3 larger cities. So we're 90 minutes north of Chicago, Illinois. We're an hour and 15 minutes south of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we're an hour south of Madison, Wisconsin. We have a little under 1,200 students. They come from about 43 states, over 40 countries. We have a 17% international student population. 29% of our students identify as BIPOC, and 24% are first gen. Our most popular majors include anthropology, biochemistry, creative writing, business and economics, education and youth studies, and psychology. We also have 2 teaching museums on campus, the Logan Museum of Anthropology and the Wright Museum of Art. And 1 out of 3 students choose to double major, and 93% were employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So reimagining advising and mentoring. We do have an advanced mentoring program. This is optional for transfer students, but we still give you an AMP advisor. You will get matched within 72 hours of depositing at Beloit. And this program just really includes ongoing workshops and connections. And we also have our career channels. These are optional programs meant to help you get hands-on experience in career areas of interest. So our current channels are arts, business and entrepreneurship, health and healing, justice and rights, sustainability, world building, and sports, fitness, and recreation. Staying on track to graduate. We realize when you transfer, you want to get your degree done as soon as possible and just stay on track. So we have a very generous transfer credit policy to make sure that you graduate on time. Beloit is on a unit system, so we accept up to 60 credit hours max, which is equivalent to 15 Beloit units that would make a student a junior. Credits may be applied towards graduation requirements. Credits can also be applied towards a major or a minor with consultation of the department chair. So our unit system on the right-hand side, 1 unit equals 4 credit hours, 0.75 units is 3 credit hours, 0.50 units is 2 credit hours, and 0.25 units would be 1 credit hour. And then you can also see class standing. We do evaluate students that attend an institution that might be on a different system than credit hours, and that would have further consultation with the registrar's office. Admissions facts. The average GPA of our admitted transfers has been around 3.4. Our acceptance rate has been 58% overall in recent years. Our main scholarship for transfer students goes up to $30,000. This is a trustee transfer scholarship, and it's awarded based on your application. Nothing additional has to be submitted. We also have an additional scholarship for students who are in Phi Theta Kappa. So if you are in Phi Theta Kappa, we just need a copy of your membership certificate. Some institutions have that indicated on a transcript, just depends. We do a holistic review of our applications. We are on 2 platforms, the Transfer Common app or the application through our own website called the Beloit app. We require an essay, 1 letter of recommendation from a professor or a high school teacher or an employer, official college transcripts from every institution you've attended. Whether you need to submit a high school transcript or not, we would evaluate how much coursework you've done already in college, and then that may be optional. And then including your extracurricular activities, and we are test optional, so we don't require the ACT or the SAT. So turning challenge into opportunity. Last year, we were recognized as the most innovative college in the country by US News and World Report. A large part of this was because of our Beloit Action Plan, which was our response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Beloit Action Plan includes a set of academic, personal, career prep, and financial support programs in response to what was going on. And then also our Beloit students created a statement of culture and really took hold of leadership in establishing behavioral expectations for campus life during COVID. And we have been open, we have had students on campus safely the whole year. And here's my contact information. I am the counselor that works with transfer students, so feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to meet with you. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the presentations.
Thank you so much. We're on to our next presenter from the University of East London.
Let me just share my screen. Okay. So my name is Caitlin Banania, and I am the Americas Recruitment Officer here at the University of East London. And today I'm going to discuss studying in London and how that compares to studying in the US. So before I talk about studying in London, I first want to talk about London. So this quote says, "When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life." And I really think that this quote captures the beauty and the essence of London. I think one of my favorite things about London is that you never know what's waiting for you around the corner. It's a city filled with opportunities, filled with excitement. It's one of the most diverse and cosmopolitan cities in the world. I've been living in London for 3.5 years now, and I still haven't done everything that there is to do here. And I don't think there are that many places in the world that can offer you that. So this is a photo of our Docklands campus. We've got 3 campuses, all based in East London. As you can see, we're set in a very residential area. You've got houses and trees, lots of green spaces. We are also located right on the river, so our students get to wake up to that gorgeous view. We benefit from having an actual physical campus in London, as well as accommodation on campus. We also have a tube station right on campus. So when I say tube, I mean public transport, so the equivalent of a subway. It's actually that circle in the photo, and it connects us to the rest of London. And so just to give you a brief overview of the university, like I said, we've got 3 campuses all based in East London. We started out in 1892 as a polytechnical school, and we gained university status in 1992. We've got 17,000 students, 20% of which are international students. And we've got 6 different schools. So I guess your equivalent of colleges. We've got the School of Architecture, School of Arts and Creative Industries, School of Business and Law, and the School of Education, School of Health, Sport and Bioscience, as well as our School of Psychology, as well as some of the no, these are not all of the courses that we offer, but they are, I guess, the more popular ones in each of the schools. For US students, I'd say our top 3 programs are biomedical science, psychology, as well as business management. And just to give you an overview of studying at UEL versus studying in the US, our application is free, so you literally have nothing to lose by submitting your application. We also do rolling admission, so we'll aim to send your decision to you within 2 to 4 weeks, and the deadline to apply is the end of July of each year. The duration of a bachelor's degree is 3 years long compared to 4 in the US, and tuition fees for the first year are just $17,500 US, and this includes free textbooks. So not only are you saving time, but you're also saving quite a bit of money as well. And that brings tuition for your entire degree to just $52,000 US. So you are saving quite a lot of money by choosing to study in the UK rather than studying in the US. And just to talk about accommodation, all of our rooms on campus are single occupancy, so they're private and ensuite, meaning everyone gets their own room and their own bathroom. You'll just be sharing the kitchen. And it's perfect if you love living in a social setting, but you also enjoy having your own space. And transferring to UEL, you can apply as a transfer student on the Common App. We offer level 5 and level 6 entry. So that means you can come in for your second or the final year, and you'll be able to finish your degree in just 1 to 2 years. So not only do you get to live in London, one of the world's most dynamic cities, but you will also be able to find cheap flights to Europe and travel to Europe on the weekends once travel resumes. So that's definitely the cherry on top of studying in London. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to get in touch. As you can tell by my accent, I am not British, I am American. So I did study in the UK. So if you've got any questions about transferring or what it's like, you know, the entire process of moving, I'd be more than happy to share my experience and answer your questions. I hope you found this presentation informative and insightful, and I'm going to hand things over to the next presenter.
Thank you. We're on to our next presenter from Temple University's Japan campus.
Hi there. Thank you, everyone. My name is Andrew. I am an admissions counselor here at Temple University Japan campus. Let me just get my screen shared for you there. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of the university and why I think you should consider studying in Japan. So we are located in the heart of Tokyo, in the heart of this amazing country in Japan. And coming here really gives you the opportunity to immerse yourself in this really unique culture, whether you like anime, manga, the food, the cuisine here, which is one of my personal favorite reasons for being in Japan, the history of Japan, the architecture. There's really a reason for everyone to come and visit Tokyo. It has an extremely low crime rate. It's a very safe place to live. And despite popular belief, you don't actually need to know Japanese before you arrive in Japan. You can get by very well, but you can start learning or continuing to learn Japanese, of course, when you get to the university. There's a wealth of different work opportunities now for international students, with an active push from the Japanese government to recruit people from overseas to come and work in Japan. So there really is a great variety of different reasons to come and study here in Tokyo itself. Now, focusing specifically on Temple University Japan campus, we are a branch campus, an international campus of Temple University, which originates out of Philadelphia in the US. It's a huge public research university on the East Coast of around 35,000 students. And again, we're just simply an extension of that school based out in Tokyo. So just like our Philadelphia students, our students are working towards an American degree. We welcome transfer students every year at the Japan campus. And you can be safe in the knowledge that you will be able to transfer credits over to the university. And as mentioned before, you're not required to know Japanese before you arrive here. On campus, it will feel like you're in a small liberal arts college campus with communication done in English, your classes done in English. But as I mentioned before, you can start learning or continuing to learn Japanese once you arrive at the university. As I mentioned before, Temple originates out of Philadelphia. We, of course, have our campus in Tokyo, as well as a campus in Rome, Italy. So it is a very global outlooking university. And you can potentially split your time up between those three campuses. And we have had a number of students do that. Or you can stay and continue to do an entire degree here with us in Tokyo. In terms of our Tokyo location, we are very lucky to be located in the heart of the city. Places like Shibuya and Shinjuku, these are real central hubs for Tokyo. I like to say it's where the cool kids like to hang out. They're famous for their fashion, their shopping, restaurants, food, etc. All of these places are located within 15 minutes of the campus. We're very lucky in Tokyo to have probably the world's safest and most reliable public transport system, specifically the train network. So we have a great vantage point from the TUJ campus to go and explore this amazing city. In terms of your actual experience as a student here is in Japan, we are much smaller than our main campus. We have around 1,300 students altogether. So in addition to your regular small interactive classes, we're very big on case studies. So whether you're connecting with a company in Silicon Valley, working on a marketing project, or going into the boardroom, for example, of Häagen-Dazs Japan, and working on a project for them, we have a lot of case study related work as well. We're very big on internships. With all of our students have the opportunity to do at least one internship with us at TUJ. And then we have a very extensive activities program. So when classes are done, not only do we provide activities to go and explore Tokyo, but go and explore Japan in general. Whether you're going skiing in Hokkaido or whether you're going down to Kyushu to visit the hot springs, there's a variety of different opportunities to really give you the chance to immerse in Japan. We are a very diverse campus. We currently have around 65 different nationalities represented on the campus in terms of our student body. That diversity is reflected in the faculty as well, with faculty from all over the world, including professors from our main campus coming here to teach at TUJ. As I mentioned, it's small. We have an average of 21 students per class. So you will get to know your classmates, the faculty really well, and it really helps create a really supportive environment within the university. Being a small college campus, our focus here is on 10 undergraduate majors. You can double major, you can major and minor. For example, a very popular combination might be something like international business studies major with a minor in Japanese. We're the oldest foreign university campus in Japan. We've been here since 1982, so nearly 40 years. In 2019, we reached a huge milestone in moving to our brand new campus. This is a purpose-built facility for TUJ. And we are located next to one of Japan's oldest universities, Japan Showa Women University. And we now have this great new collaborative partnership with lots of shared events, shared facilities on each campus. So we're excited to see how this partnership grows as we settle into our new space. One of the big benefits of being a branch campus is the cost. You can see compared to a public 4-year out-of-state tuition or private college, our costs are significantly cheaper. We do accept FAFSA in the Japan campus. We have a number of merit-based scholarships that students can apply for as well. And you can work in part-time in Japan to help substitute all these costs. In terms of your application, it's a very simple process. You can apply online. We do have a transfer equivalency tool. The link's there for you on the screen there, so you can potentially see what credits will transfer before you finish your application. I do encourage you to visit the website to see some of our events, including a webinar we have coming up at the beginning of May on the admissions process. And thank you very much for listening. Please use the contact information there if you have any further questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're on to our next presenter from the University of Northern Iowa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia Ballhagen. I work at the University of Northern Iowa in transfer admission. So I'm going to be sharing with you all today a little bit about UNI. UNI is located in Cedar Falls, Iowa, which on our little map, you can see kind of where the panther is where Cedar Falls is located in the state of Iowa. We are about 10,500 students on campus, and a third of our incoming students each year are transfer students. So you're not alone in being a student who started at a different institution and are now transferring on to the next school. So when you get here on UNI's campus, you'll meet a lot of other transfer students. And I was a transfer student myself too, so I'm happy that you all are here checking out this presentation. So a little bit about our academics on campus. We have over 90 different majors on campus, 25 pre-professional programs. So that would be like pre-med, pre-chiropractic, pre-pharmacy. So lots of different pre-professional programs available. A lot of minors and emphasis areas. We're also a very heavy education school. So we have a lot of endorsement options as well too if you are going into education. And our average class size is 29 students, but for transfers, I'd say that's probably closer to 20 to 25 students in your classes. Which I guess a little bit just about UNI's size. I don't know if anyone knows Hannah Montana or maybe Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but I would say a lot of students choose UNI based on our size because even though we are a university and have that big school feel, we also are a smaller university. So you kind of get the best of both worlds if you like Hannah Montana or Goldilocks. It's not too small, not too big, just right. So kind of a mid-sized school. So I'm going to dive into some funding opportunities. So first here are tuition and fees on campus. So if you are an Iowa resident, I have the cost there. If you are an out-of-state student, I have the cost listed here as well. So our tuition and fees, a little less than $20,000 for the school year. And then it depends if you would live on campus, what that cost would be as well. So how you pay for school, we have transfer scholarships. So this first one's automatic if you have over a 3.25 GPA. So it's kind of a merit-based scholarship, $1,000 for one school year. We also have a scholarship if you are a part of TRIO programs or if you're a student from an underrepresented population racially. So this is our United Scholarship. And we also have a scholarship for out-of-state students, which is a $5,000 automatic scholarship. As we know, out-of-state tuition costs a little bit more. And so that's where this scholarship is to help you out with that cost. We also have an out-of-state legacy award. So if you had a parent, a grandparent, or sibling that has attended UNI or is currently at UNI, then you would qualify for our out-of-state legacy scholarship as well. And then we also offer scholarships for being a Phi Theta Kappa student. So if you are a member of Phi Theta Kappa, make sure you let us know so that you can get scholarships for that as well. So all those scholarships I just mentioned are stackable. So especially if you're an out-of-state student and you are receiving great grades, you have a really great opportunity with some different scholarships. As well as we have a scholarship application that you can apply for scholarships for your majors as well. So a little bit about campus life. I could tell you a lot about campus life since I was a student, but you probably want to chat with current students about what campus life is like. So if you would scan this QR code, it will bring you up to a page that you can chat with our current students on campus. So you could find another transfer student you want to chat with, or another education student or business student, or out-of-state student. So this is a great tool to kind of chat with our current students. And also, if you want to learn more about the University of Northern Iowa, you can scan this QR code, or you could email transfer@uni.edu, and we can talk all about transfer credits. We have some really great transfer credit tools on our website to assist you with that process, but especially transferring out of state can get difficult and complicated. So it's best if you would just email me your transcript and we can kind of chat from there and see how those credits would come in, see what scholarships you're available for. And we also have on our website too, a lot of different ways to visit right now. So we are doing on-campus visits. So if you're in the area, feel free to check it out. Or if you want to set up a virtual appointment with myself and we can kind of talk through your major, talk through transfer credits and costs and all the things you want to know. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We want to thank all our presenters for the great information so far. In the time we have left, we're going to participate in a quick roundtable where we'll ask each of our representatives to offer their perspective on the topic at hand, which for now is the question: what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? So we'll start out with Oxford Brookes University. Any thoughts on the matter?
Yeah, I would say probably always ask questions and don't be afraid to ask questions. Many universities have people like us in place that can help answer your questions. So feel free to reach out to us because we're more than happy to help you get to where you want to go.
Thank you. Beloit College.
Yeah, just my advice would be to stay in touch with whoever the transfer representative is in the department, learn as much as you can about transfer credits, financial aid, just opportunities that would be available to you.
University of East London.
So I'm not sure how relevant this would be for transfer students per se, but one of the things that I did when I was a senior in high school, when I was considering studying overseas, is I actually didn't tell anyone that I was considering studying overseas. And by doing that, I'm looking back, I'm glad that I did that just because I don't think anyone was able to sway or influence my decision.
Thank you. Temple University, Japan campus.
Yeah, I think just biggest piece of advice is start early in your research, start your application as early as possible. You don't want to be rushing, and getting panicking towards deadlines, etc. And use all the resources that are available to you now. So we have admissions counselors like ourselves here. Current students at institutions are a great resource to chat to them about their experiences of their application, actually studying at the university that you want to go to as well. So yeah, just give yourself plenty of time and use all the different resources available to you.
Thank you. University of Northern Iowa.
Yeah, I would say kind of what Andrew said as well too, just reach out early, especially every school maybe wants you to complete different transfer credits. So the earlier that you can start talking to those schools that you're interested in and seeing how your credits are going to transfer, that's a great way. And one thing to note too, you're not locked into anything. So research as many schools as you want and start setting up virtual visits. It's the easiest time right now to start visiting those schools without actually having to make the commitment to travel there. So start reaching out early and don't miss out on any scholarships. So.
Thank you. Great advice. We'll move on to our second question. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? Starting at the top.
Hi, yeah, so this one's a little bit off campus, but this happens in Oxford and all of the students take part. So we have what's called May Morning here, and it's celebrated all across the UK, but in Oxford, it's quite an interesting one and a nice celebration. So on a certain day in May to celebrate kind of ringing in the spring, everyone gathers on one of our main bridges. So it's called Magdalen Bridge in the morning from the city and from all of the universities as well. And then right as the sun starts to rise, a choir actually climbs up to the top of the one tower and starts singing. So then the whole city is also open that morning. So it's kind of an interesting morning. There's lots of activities that are going on, lots of people around very early in the morning. So quite an interesting and fun experience.
For me at Beloit, there's an event that takes place every year called Chelonia. It's put on through the dance department, and you don't have to be a dance major or minor to be involved in it. But really, students, they choreograph their own pieces, they dance to any music they want to. So it's just a very free-form event, and it's kind of become a staple at the college. So I've attended it each year. I've been at Beloit, and it was virtual this year, but that came to my mind instantly.
So I guess I'll go. Well, I love Christmas. So my favorite event on campus is our Winter Wonderland Festival. So we'll have like a big Ferris wheel, an ice skating rink, Christmas markets, fake snow, and it's just a really happy and joyful time on campus.
Yeah, thanks. One of my more favorite recent events was our Community Day festival that we had on campus, where we had students set up a variety of different stalls with games, different food, and we invited in the wider community to come and visit the actual campus. So we had different primary schools and etc. come in and visit, play games with our current students, and really get to know, the community around us. And I'm looking forward to us doing that event again in the future.
At UNI, we have a traditions challenge on campus, and if you complete that challenge at graduation, you get to wear a medal that shows that you are a traditions keeper on campus. And so I help advise our transfer student organization on campus called TAG. And during our meetings, we actually go and complete a lot of those traditions during meetings, and we bring Polaroid cameras around and kind of make it a scavenger hunt. So that's one of my favorite things, is just completing all the traditions on campus.
Thank you. We're on to our last question. Give an interesting or fun fact about your school, starting again with Oxford Brookes.
Oh yeah, so you might have heard that I mentioned that we've got a famous and international rowing team here. So one fun fact about us is that we've produced quite a few Olympic athletes here for our rowing. So we've produced over 10 in our history, rowing athletes, Olympic athletes.
For Beloit College, which again is 90 minutes north of Chicago, back in 1985, the Chicago Bulls did their preseason training camp at the college, and that was when Michael Jordan was finishing up his rookie year. So he was at Beloit College and officiated the coin toss for a homecoming football game. So that's a favorite fun fact of mine.
So the University of East London is London's careers-led university, and 94% of our graduates are either in further study or are employed within 6 months of graduating.
I guess for us, interesting fact would be we're the oldest foreign university campus in the whole of Japan, and currently the only four-year American university, again, in the whole of Japan.
Trying to think of a fun fact. There's so many different fun facts. It's hard to pick one, but one of my favorite graduates from UNI, her name's Jane Elliott, and she is actually, you may have seen her in videos and stuff like that, but she's an activist. While she was a teacher, she actually in the 60s or 70s, she divided her classroom by blue eyes, brown eyes to teach her all white classroom in rural Iowa about racism. And so she's done a lot of other social justice advocate work. And so she's probably my favorite not recent grad, grad, but she just got an honorary degree from UNI last year. So she's one of our interesting alums.
Thank you. That'll conclude our last question and ultimately conclude today's fair. We want to thank our participants for all the great information. We'd ask that you fill out the 4-question survey on the StriveScan website to help us improve this process moving forward. Additionally, sign up for more sessions. There's more out there, so please sign up at your leisure. Lastly, note a recording of this session will be made available at strivescan.com/Missouri. So with that, hope everyone has a great day and we'll see you later.
Thank you.